Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Davis. I got my good friend Keenan here. This is technically our first show for the year.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
a lot of stuff's happened in the last 2 weeks. I've been busy. You've been busy. New Year starts off a little interesting, but a lot of fun shit's happened in wrestling, man. So, how are you, Keenan?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good start of the new year. I spent like 5 days at my daughter's house, man, and just spending any amount of time like that with out of your element, dude. I'm just now recovering from that. But it was fun time. It's not because of it. Just whenever you're out of your, you know what I'm saying, dude. If you went somewhere for like 5, 6 days and my daughter is in a 4-star hotel and stuff, so it's not like I had fresh sheets and a small little room and everything ready to go. But I mean, it was great. I had a great time spending time with her. But then, finally getting back and stuff just going on, dude. How's your new year going, man?
It was good. It was good. So I enjoyed Christmas because and especially Christmas Eve because I got to spend it with my niece. And then I got to meet my new niece. So my sister had a new kid, and she was born like in October. So I got to meet her for the first time in December. So
Nice.
it was nice to see the newborn. The newborn, like obviously, she's like 3 months old. So, but
Right.
but like the
New used baby.
yeah. She's a baby, and then the other one's like 2.5. So
Right.
it was fun because now she's becoming more active as well, and so it's nice to see that. Um, but yeah, no, there was no complaints. No complaints. It was a tame Christmas, tame 2 weeks, and apparently I was working during those 2 weeks, and I did my job right, which was helpful.
Right.
So, and I was stressed out the whole 2 weeks because sometimes when you're like doing a project and your boss is not there, and then me and him just spoke last Monday, and I'm like, oh, he's like, oh, dude, this was really good. Did a good job. So makes me feel better that I didn't completely fuck up. So, um,
You did something right, my man. Finally. Sheesh.
but yeah, no, it was good. It was good, but it was better than I was expecting because
Right.
family's tough. Family's tough, and I don't care how good of a family you have. It's tough, and it was a lot better than it was expected. So
Well, there you go, man. There you go.
yeah.
Well, Happy New Year, dude. Merry Christmas, dude. 'Cause I haven't talked to you, man. How was your New Year's Eve and New Year's? You have any fun, dude? You do any drinking, man?
I had like just like a Jack and Coke, and then I enjoyed watching like the ball drop. And I enjoy watching Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen, and then it's just like it was peaceful, just me and my parents, and then it was just calm, and there was no like drama, and it was nice. It was boring, and it was good.
Nice. Well, I got a bottle of Jack Daniels for New Year's Eve, and I was just gonna have a couple because like I said, I came back from my daughter's house on New Year's Eve. Like I couldn't make it anymore. Or was it New Year? No, it was the day before. I guess it was the 30th. I don't know. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't. I was like, I just came home. And so for New Year's Eve, I got a bottle of Jack, and I was just gonna have a shot, and I was doing my YouTube live and stuff. And when people are like, "Oh, you gonna take a shot?" I was like, "Oh yeah, maybe a shot or two. No big deal." And so I took a shot. We start celebrating the New Year, and then I'm like, "All right, well maybe I'll try to ring in the New Year with everybody. Maybe I'll try to go all night and ring in the New Year with everybody." And so then I started doing that, and I was. Then people are like, well, why don't you take another shot? I was like, nah, dude, I'm getting pretty wasted. It's like, what if we give you $10 a shot? Like, I'm pretty fucking broke, dude. So yeah, I'd be down with that, dude. I'd be down. So this one dude gave me $50, and I was pretty fucking faded, Mecca. Pretty faded, man. So yeah, and because I wasn't playing, and I even made the joke earlier in like the week. I was like, oh, what's everybody doing for New Year's? Like, man, if I end up hanging out with y'all for New Year's, I'm a fucking loser, dude. And I ended up hanging out with my YouTube channel drinking. I did not plan on getting that. Like, I literally took like 2 shots, and I took a shot at the New Year's for across the time zone. East Coast with you, Central with me, Mountain and Pacific. I did the whole span of the fucking United States. So I'm taking like 1 shot an hour, and I'm drinking a full glass of water. So I'm not really wasted at that point. So I'm about to get off and everything, and then that guy's like, "I'll give you $50 for 5 shots." I'm like, okay. I mean, I am drunk at that point. I'm feeling like pretty good. It was good New Year's Eve. Good New Year's Eve, man.
No, see, mine was boring, and I was glad. Like I enjoyed it. It was easy, and then I rang in the New Year's by going to Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, and it was awesome.
See, there you go. I mean, dude, it was me in this freaking room by myself. It was boring, Mecca. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't me like, oh, I'm all drunk and jump. So fun.
I had a great New Year's. I did what I wanted. Nobody bothered me. I have to, watch. I think there's some sports on. It was nice.
There's a 4-hour video somewhere out in YouTube land of me getting drunk on New Year's that I never want to see again in my life. Never again.
We should host New Year's next year, you and me.
Yeah, and that's another video I'm not. Yeah, let's host it next year, man. I have no problem with that, dude. But that's just another video again. I'm not gonna want to something like, no, I'm not watching this.
I don't want to do that. Like I enjoy just having a calm, easy New Year's and just ringing in the New Year's in a peaceful, soft landing way.
It would not be calm and peaceful if we do it together, bro. Especially if we do it live somehow, dude. That would not be calm or peaceful at all.
No, see, I've learned my lesson. I really don't get hammered all that often live, because it doesn't work, and it's not good. So,
dude, that's why I don't want to watch this thing ever again, dude. I did it at first I was just taking 1 shot to ring in the New Year's Eve, and that's how it went for the complete span of the United States. And then towards the end, I was like, oh man, I'm getting off, guys. I'm tired, And like, oh no, that's when it went a dump. I never want to see that last hour again in my life. Never. I'll never watch it again. I don't care if it becomes viral. I will never fucking watch it again.
What if I give you $50 and you can watch it here?
and I proved I am a whore for money in this YouTube land. So that will does not make me feel bad at all, my man. So what's up to Mr. Kevin Bill? I've never heard of Kevin Bill, dude. It's good to see you though, Kevin Bill. Do you know Kevin Bill, Mecca?
I don't know a Kevin Bill, but
welcome to the show. I hope you got some WWE insights. Maybe you can don't be a dick about it though, bro. Oh, and Winston did say I have talked to Winston a couple times, man. Just so you know, he is doing okay. He's doing okay.
I'm glad Winston's doing okay.
He's doing okay. So let's talk. Since this is our first one of the new year, we have not spoken since the January 6th debacle. No, I'm joking. That's not what it is. They did pick a fishy fucking day to make it January 6th. And I swear to God, dude, before that shit happened, I had no idea that January 6th was the day they actually brought the votes. I didn't know that was a significant thing to just the other day. I was like, oh shit, that's why they did it on the 6th. Oh, they didn't teach me that in fucking history class. Like, oh, every year on January 6th, they bring the ballots into the count. That's why they did that shit. But we don't want to talk. My bad, dude. That was just a dumbass.
Okay, so again, I don't think WWE was trying to be political, right? I just think it just happened that way, right? But I thought January 6th on Netflix was great. I thought they did a fantastic job. Minus one issue.
What? What's the issue?
Hulk Hogan. That was bad.
Well, I mean,
let me explain to you how I view it, right?
Real quick before you explain it, are you mad at Hogan or at the people?
I'm mad at WWE because I thought it was a stupid idea.
Okay.
So again, I'm trying to be as apolitical as humanly possible. You're in a very blue state. You have Hulk Hogan who is very red, right? What rationale do you come up with to bring in Hulk Hogan? So the Undertaker, obviously we all know where the Undertaker stands politically. We probably have an idea to some degree that The Rock is a mixed bag, right? But guess what? They don't fucking tout it out, and that's why they didn't get a bad reaction. And then you have Hulk Hogan with Jimmy Hart touting American beer in a blue state, waving a red fucking flag, like, and he gets booed. It was such a stupid look for WWE, and it was so dumb because, like, why would you invite the problem in? How like, I get that not every idea is gonna work, but that's just a dumbass idea.
That's not the only dumbass idea. And number two, why the fuck is Hogan promoting a fucking beer? He's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is that beer chocked with fucking steroids and vitamins or some shit? Like, is that my prayers coming in with that beer that I'm gonna drink?
I don't know. Have you? I'm gonna ask you a question. Sorry for putting you up. Have you had Stone Cold Steve Austin's beer?
No, I haven't been anywhere where it's been like the. No, I haven't had it.
It's pretty good. He has an IPA and then he has an American lager. It's a pretty solid beer, right?
Or why would Hogan have a beer at all? That's the dumbass thing.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Did you and I don't know what's his face? Kevin Nash posed two things that I heard in passing. I want to pose the question. What if this was Triple H's idea? Let's squash fucking Hogan out for good. Let's put him out in this fucking blue state and let him get fucking reamed from every which way. And also, when Hogan and Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart were walking back, he looked at Jimmy Hart and said, "Man, you got some heat on you, brother." That's all Kevin. I don't know if that's true or not, but I thought that was fucking all that. That does sound like something Hogan would do. Like, damn it, Jimmy, what happened, man? Why they hate you, dude? And poor fucking old 60-year-old fucking Jimmy Hart in that flag, dude. I couldn't do that at fucking 30, let alone 60, almost 80 years old.
I like Jimmy Hart. I think Jimmy Hart got fucked over hard on that because that was all fucking on Hulk Hogan. And it was so stupid, and the reaction. What did you expect? Hulk Hogan is not liked. He's very red. You're in a blue state, and you know people are sick and tired of fucking Hulk Hogan touting bullshit because it doesn't come off authentic, right? Does that make sense? I can respect somebody who comes off as authentic, even if I politically disagree with them.
Right.
Hulk Hogan seems like he's selling what everyone's selling. It's like American beer. It's like, I don't give a fuck about American beer. I've never heard of American beer before. Like, what type of bullshit is that too? You sound like you're selling everything that you can sell. It came off as a pitch and not as like when Stone Cold Steve Austin does his podcast for the WWE Network and he's drinking a Broken Skull Ranch. Like, it doesn't seem like he's selling me a beer.
He's doing it subliminally.
That's my problem with the whole goddamn Hulk Hogan thing.
Well, they could have just put it. They could have just been an ad on the show. I mean, they had commercials, so why not just put an ad? Hey, try a real American beer, brother. Like then just do that. But no, they were dumb and they wanted to fucking put. Oh, because they wanted all the stars to show that night. And dude, not only like Hogan fucking just looked his arms. I never seen so like those 20-inch pythons look terrible, brother. Terrible. And this is coming from a fat dude that definitely has no love.
It was the worst part of the whole fucking show. Like, everything else was awesome in a lot of ways, and it was solid. That was the worst fucking part.
It was pretty bad, and I didn't like. I understand. I didn't like what happened to the final boss. Like, he comes out there and like it's like, tell Mama Rose I said hi. Okay, I get it. It's all just a work and everything. Like, I get what it is, but you don't really want to just act like it's no big deal. Like, why do you think like Undertaker can't be can't be the real Undertaker anymore because now he has his podcast and shit. That's why he has to be the dead man because he's not gonna. He's like, nah, I can't go out as the Undertaker anymore because I'm not living the gimmick anymore. He's like, I'm not gonna disrespect, that shit. So,
like the Undertaker could be the American badass. He could be, but he can't be the Undertaker anymore.
He cannot be the Undertaker because he has a podcast and he's not living the gimmick. He's not gonna. He has too much respect for the business and for being which is cool as hell. I agree with him wholeheartedly.
I thought the Undertaker spot was awesome. I thought it did something really cool where it got the pop it needed, it got the motorcycle in there, and then Rhea Ripley's response was so good because Rhea Ripley sold that. She's like, I wasn't expecting that.
Right, but her sitting there waiting for that amount of time was pretty fucking stupid. Heard you why do you have to I get it he had to go around the ring, but why didn't he say hop on, let's go, and then her maybe that's even more dangerous. I get that, but it was really point he went all the way around the ring, came back, and she was just sitting there waiting right there. Why didn't he start it earlier so then he could go and maybe pick her so she can sit there and wait by the beginning of the ramp and not just at the door.
What they did with her, Dom, Liv Morgan, that was smart in a lot of ways where she should riptide Dom.
Yeah.
Because that ends that story and that opens up other avenues. That also gives a position for Dom to get out of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So because Finn Balor is going to be there, JD McDougall is going to be there, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez are going to be in the Judgment Day for a while until they break those out, and then they bring in new components, and which makes sense. But they gave Dom a way how to get the fuck out, which was smart. And then you'll move Dom over to SmackDown, keep Rhea on Raw, and then you got some good shit. So smart. The whole thing is that they set up everything perfectly with her. But I agree, it was pretty fucking stupid for her to wait. She should have just, after he came down, that should have been her exit.
Right, they could have just sent him out there earlier because she would have waited if they would have sent him out as soon as she jumped out of the ring, they should have sent him down the ramp. Or she would have sat there and waited for him okay. But instead she had to sit there and wait right there next to the entrance to the backstage area. So it was just all right, later. This was, it was unexpected and cool. It was a cool little moment, but it was just seemed to have that stupid factor to me at least. And just I did not it did remind me why I'm not a huge fan of wrestling with commercials and that. I'm not a huge Raw fan. I like watching the highlights and everything, but I didn't watch last week at all. I'm probably
you haven't been spoiled, right? So on the indies, there are no commercials.
Yeah.
So when you're watching something like a Wrestling Open, it's 2 hours. Now you might have a backstage promo, or a backstage interview to break something up every little bit, but it is 2 hours of straight wrestling and a show, right? Because you're paying for IWTV. So you're paying monthly, $10 a month for approximately 50 shows a month from all over the world. So they do Australia, they do St. Louis, they do California, they do New England, they do down in Florida, all sorts of crazy shit and everything you could possibly imagine. There are gay-only wrestler promotions on IWTV. So every wrestler is gay, but guess what? They're legitly having death matches with each other, beating the shit out of each other, putting each other through tables. And there's nothing gay beyond the fact that it's just a quote-unquote a safe place for gay wrestlers to have an opportunity that they've been denied other places. But there's nothing gay about it.
You're emphasizing that gay like a motherfucker, Mecca, just so you know, dude. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm not trying to call you.
No, because I think it's fucking awesome because the concept is that when a group has been not given an opportunity, they go build their own fucking house, and then that wrestling promotion is better than 90% of the other shit out there.
Right.
And that's what places like GCW and A Matter of Pride have done, and a bunch of other places, is that, it's amazing. And so there you go. And that's why I bring it up, because I think it's awesome. But again, I agree that with you on that. But I enjoyed the Undertaker spot. I enjoyed the Rhea Ripley spot. I enjoyed the John Cena thing. I think could have been pumped up more, and I didn't like the childishness of it. I would have rather have it been a little bit more adult. He's like, we could go to the Royal Rumble. We could do this. It's like, bro, we know you're going to the Royal Rumble. We know you're going to be fighting Gunther at WrestleMania. Like, shut the fuck up, right? Like, I would have rather him say, I want to be number one in the Royal Rumble.
Well, since you bring up Mr. John Cena, you know what I have to bring up?
Yeah, I know you have to bring up.
Bald spot. Hold on. The bald spot watch. The back of his hat was pretty high up. I was looking at it because when he turned around, I was like, well, you should be able, because that's a nice little deep bald spot that he's got going on, bro. So when he turned around, I was like, let's see if you can even see a little. I was looking. You could not see any type of bald spot. So I think he's been working on it, man. I think he's been working
taking hymns.
He might not be ready. It's got to be something better than hymns, dude. Because, dude, when I was first starting to go bald in my early 20s, like 21, 22, you'd look into like Rogaine and shit. Rogaine is for the stuff up here. Or no, Rogaine is for the stuff back here or something like that, not for the stuff up here. But his stuff is deep. Like, you could have taken care of that a while ago or something. Or no, it's for back here and not for up here. So I don't know. It's from whatever the opposite is. I'm not for but Cena's gonna do the LeBron thing, dude. He's gonna get it. I don't understand why he hasn't already gotten it done. Like, if you're gonna wrestle, take care of that shit. It's a fact of life, bro. Fact of life.
So it's interesting, right? So it's pretty cool. So but I like what they did is that WWE has a deal with Tops now on the card level. So they're doing Tops now shit, right? And so that's cool too, because they're putting John Cena's socks in cards. So pieces of his socks are going to be in cards. This shit is so fucking insane. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was about to say, when do you get to the cool part, bro? Because that is just lame. And there's going to be a chunk of John Cena's sock in that motherfucker.
It's going to be like this, though. It's going to be like this.
I get it, dude. I get what you're saying, dude. It's still just a little bit. It's a little bit. How much they charging for that bad boy?
Would you rather it be like a piece of the mat from the ring?
No, I'm not huge on that type of. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd buy like one of his stupid fucking hats where I'd buy one of those. Like, I wouldn't, and I get what you're saying. I get they can own a little piece of it. I'm just not that big.
I'm a card guy. Like that's what it is. So for me, this shit's cool because it's part of my business, and it's cool to pull cool shit that's limited, right?
Right.
I could sell it. It's a nice piece for the collection, and if you pull it, it's pretty cool for me. So again, as a collector of cards, this shit's cool. But I get it from your angle. But like, I like the fact that they're touting it, but they're going deep WWE with that shit. But it's fun, man. Like I like this Netflix shit now because I'll come home on my Monday and I'm watching Raw now.
Yeah. Except there was no change in the commercials at all when I watched it, because I watched it live when the day one of it. I was like, okay, I'll check it out live, and I was like, there's gonna be commercials, but I was hoping, like, when you rewatch, a replay of the Peacock, you don't get commercials, and it doesn't go as hard on commercials because I pay for Peacock and everything, or pay for the price of it or whatever it is. So I figured, like, I'm gonna get some commercials, like, definitely for the live viewing. But when I go and replay, it was not broken down at all. So I was like, okay, so even watching Raw with no commercials later in the fucking shit is not an option for me, it looks like. And the highlights weren't like, because usually when they were on USA and SmackDown was on Fox or whatever, the highlights would come out pretty quick. But they did not come out that fast, and they didn't show like the entire thing. But then I just listened to Jim Cornette describe it, like, you know, blah blah blah. So it's pretty good. I mean, I'm just not the Raw SmackDown guy. Like, I'll watch the highlights, especially since we do this. But if me and you didn't do this, I probably would only see the PLEs, and I'd probably only see them because I watch other stuff on Peacock, and they always give an advertisement for themselves, you know.
So again, though, I thought it was good. I mean, they had 5 million people watching,
right?
Which is a lot considering it's WWE. Because remember, I think people forget that Raw was having 2.3 before. So going from 2.3 to 5 million on an initial launch.
Worldwide too. Worldwide. That's pretty impressive, man. That's pretty impressive.
And it's interesting. So I was speaking that day with people at my job, and all these people are not necessarily true WWE fans, but they watched.
Right.
And they were excited because it's now accessible on something that's easy to get to.
Right.
So if something is easy to get to, you know, there you go. So,
and you also don't have to like. So that's the only thing that, like I really think that they should look into, like, definitely live, keep the commercials in, but after it goes live, if you're a premium member and you pay a premium price, then the commercials should get taken down. Because I could see me coming home, like, watching it on Tuesday morning. Like, if I could, instead of watching like a 3-hour Netflix Raw, I could watch like an hour and a half Raw, no commercials. This motherfucker, hold the hell on. Philip, we are doing a podcast. Fuck you. Sorry, man. You just will not stop calling me, man. And still calling me. And if you don't answer, they'll just keep bothering you. But it's cool. I'm not gonna deal with them. I apologize, Mecha. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. What do I give a shit about?
I give a shit. This guy Philip Art Moore, Philip likes to give you a lip. What do you think of this Penta guy? Is that all we got to talk about on Netflix? We need to talk about more on the nose. It's already 2 weeks ago now.
I mean that happened at Penta Zero, the Lucha Brothers. You know, Ray Fenix, Penta. I remember seeing them in Impact.
Right.
So I've been watching like these two guys wrestle. So Ray Fenix is his brother, who's still with AEW, but he's gonna come over eventually too.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard to figure it out, and it was a pretty big steal for WWE.
Right, the best kept secret. They already had the mask on sale. They were ready to go. They were. I mean, it's pretty big. I didn't see that match. I didn't watch the match. I saw his entrance. But
again, Chad Gable put out a really good tweet. He said, "This is what made me love wrestling, and while I hate losing, this is what makes me love wrestling." And Chad Gable said it was one of his like best matches he's ever had.
Yeah, no, everybody was complimenting the hell out of Chad Gable. Like, he really, if it wasn't for him, that Penta probably wouldn't have been able to put out the match that he was able to put out or something like that.
And so again, I've been watching Penta and Ray Fenix. I've been watching them versus OVE. I've been watching them versus like Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards and like Full Metal Mayhem and Impact. So TNA Impact. So like, it's cool to see this shit, right?
Right.
Cool to see people end up in the place that is the top dog. Like, I don't know if there's another, like, not everybody should be in WWE, but WWE is the top place to be.
Oh yeah, it is the creme de la creme, especially now. Everybody's itching to get there.
So it was cool to see it. It was cool to see it. I'm glad, and it's a good steal. it's a better steel than Jade Cargill. Way better than Jade.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't know her, and I didn't know Penta. So yeah, and I was more intrigued by seeing Penta. I'll see him at the first PLE or something. Like
there is so. I don't know if you saw the meme with Chelsea Green and Penta.
No, I did not see a meme.
Chelsea Green and Penta had a match in Lucha Underground. And it's a match, man. I mean, to say the least, it's something else that I cannot describe in any words, but it's out there, man. It's like it's Chelsea Green and Penta being Chelsea Green and Penta, and I love Chelsea Green. But that match is something else. Like, it's not wrestling; it's like art. Like, I cannot explain it any other way. There's only one other match that's just as good as that match.
Right.
And it's the Invisible Man versus the Invisible Man's brother. ECW did a match. They had there's a wrestler called the Invisible Man. And then it's not a real wrestler, but they pretend it is. They had him versus his brother, and what they did in that match in GCW is they rigged like doors to go and fold in on themselves.
Yeah, I've seen that match.
So Bryce something was the referee, and I went to a non-wrestling seminar with Bryce, and that was amazing. So a non-wrestling seminar. Because in DC, when I was in DC, there was all these seminars. So a non-wrestling, it's a wrestling seminar for non-wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
Referee, commentary, interviewing backstage, all of this shit matters, right?
Yeah.
So you can do commentary, but you don't have to be a wrestler to do commentary. But think about this. What if you are a chauvinist in an all-female promotion, and that's your color commentator character? It gets interesting, right?
Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice take on it. I like that.
So now you have something, and then that creates a character. So Michael Cole, Corey Graves has a personality, right?
Yeah.
That's not Corey Graves as a commentator. It's not Corey Graves as a person.
Right.
So there you go. But I really, really enjoy. I want to see Penta versus Chelsea Green in WWE. I would love to see that match.
You think they're a male versus female match?
No. It's art. It's a new form of art. Just everybody go watch Penta versus Chelsea Green, Lucha Underground. It's art. It's pure art. Yeah. I cannot explain it any other way. It is pure art. Lucha Underground as a company is pure fucking art.
Pure fucking art. All right. Did you happen to see any of SmackDown tonight?
I did not. I
only got one quick spoiler. I just saw YouTube, and it's not a big spoiler, but Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga are down at the ring, and this is the first time anyone's seen Solo since his defeat, and the crowd isn't letting him get a word out. Not letting him get a word out. And it's gone on for a moment. I don't know how long it went on, but when they clicked on from YouTube, when they started it was a good 2 minutes of him trying to say something, them not letting. So he throws down his mic and he just walks up. Jacob Fatu grabs that microphone, man, and kind of starts dropping a promo. He's like, "You think I'm playing? You think this was me messing around?" I was kind of like, "Damn, Jacob, this motherfucker doing some shit, dude." You gonna. And then Braun Strowman comes out, and him and Jacob Fatu are just kind of staring. Oh, and LA Knight comes out, and because they got into it a week ago, they start beating the fuck out of LA Knight, which I'm always all for. I'm all for that. Braun Strowman comes down, and Jacob, you could just see that that's gonna be a hardcore little battle, Jacob Fatu and fucking Braun Strowman. I was intrigued by that shit.
So this is my question with the Solo Sikoa this new group, right?
Yeah.
So the remnants of the bloodline, right? Or,
Mhm.
or the spin-off of the bloodline, whatever we're gonna call it, right?
Right.
What do you do with them? Because you have to establish something with them. You have to establish power, but you almost have to banish them outside of Raw, right? So they'll be on SmackDown, and because you weaken Solo, but now you get to remold him, right?
Yeah.
And because again, Roman Reigns is the tribal chief now, and he's reestablished power, but then you can get these cross promotions every once in a while, like Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, maybe WrestleMania, Money in the Bank could be fun, right?
Yeah.
Because Elimination Chamber, maybe if you mix things up, but like then you have Solo and his group for 4 months not dealing with Roman Reigns and the old bloodline, but then they deal with each other at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, or I mean, they could just be because what was the Samoans? There was the head shrinkers. I mean, there's so many Samoans. They could just be crazy fucking Samoans. They don't really need. They could be their own. Like you think we're worried about the bloodline.
I don't have a problem with them doing their own shit. The point I'm getting at is that you gotta fucking rebuild them up
Yeah.
because you just destroyed them, but it was a necessity, right? Because you had to move a story along.
I mean, Jacob Fatu's still all right. I mean, but you destroyed Solo, but Jacob Fatu's still all right. Tama Tonga and the other, I forget what the other dude's name was. But I mean, they're still okay. They can still come back and do anything, and then they can try to take on the bloodline
I
themselves.
mean, should you send Solo Sikoa back to NXT and not to punish him, but to be an NXT champ? I mean, I think you gotta take him off TV for a while.
Yeah.
I don't, and I think if you put him in NXT, and then he was like the North American champ again, or he just said, "Fuck it, I'm Solo Sikoa, and I want a title shot." And
Right.
he takes it.
Give me 1 second, dude. One second. I got this alarm going off. It just will not shut up. I'm so sorry, bro.
Oh no, dude. There's no need to apologize. Like I'm chilled out as fuck.
No, it's just annoying as hell. I'm not, dude. I've been sitting here listening to it. I was like, why did it turn like it's a little ding, ding, ding? Like if I would have brought it up, you haven't heard it because it's bitch, not rolling over all my shit. Oh, welcome back. My bad. Go ahead, dude. You were talking about.
Oh no. Like I don't know what you do with him because he's been weakened, and I think if you made him go down to NXT and you threw him in the mix, you fucking shook up NXT, and then he was an NXT champ, and then he had like a 4-month run down there, and then he came back up, he'd be a real contender, right? And then, but like, I don't know what you do because you got to reestablish him as a legitimate force because you weakened him, right? Because he was dominant for the last year, right? I mean, since WrestleMania, what, 40? He's been fucking stepping up and he has all the fucking tools. You just got to give him the moment. But like, I don't know what you do with him, but there's a million things you can do with him, right? There's a million things you can do with him. And then it gets crazier is if you bring him down to NXT, WWE just has signed a multi-year deal / partnership with Impact.
Yeah.
So they're going to be using Impact stars and they're going to be trading talent and promotional stuff between Impact and NXT stars. They're not going to be doing it with Raw or SmackDown. Yeah. But that's the other thing too, is that Solo Sikoa, wrestling in Impact could be a fuck ton of fun. Every once in a while.
Could be. Or I mean, who knows? I mean, it's wide open, and they can do whatever they want with him. He's still the Usos brother. They could always fold him back into the bloodline or some shit like that.
I think they got so much fucking runway. They can do whatever they want.
And that's pretty much what they've proved since the whole Vince debacle. Then everybody was just, I mean, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to WWE was Vince McMahon getting fucking thrown against the wall, bro.
He got thrown against the wall, but I mean, should Vince be in the Hall of Fame?
WWE not anytime soon. I mean,
Post-mortem in the Hall of Fame?
Post-mortem or some shit. Yeah, but I mean, I don't. Hulk Hogan, like the thing that they're upset right now. I mean, Hulk Hogan didn't like do the terrible things that Vince McMahon has been accused. At least at this point,
No.
He's done some terrible shit.
The reason why people are pissed off at Hulk Hogan is that he's fucking selling something and he's a fucking prostitute. Okay, that and there's no shame, and he doesn't make any qualms about
it. And he's also a liar that's been called out, on so many different podcasts and so many. There's you put Hulk Hogan as a liar on fucking YouTube, they'll pull up 100,000 videos right now, dude. I mean, it's just people are sick of him, and he got busted saying the N-word. He just got done at the Trump rally. I mean, like you said, they were in a blue state. They're not going to like him in California. Like, Hulk Hogan's not a California guy anymore. He's not to Florida. I bet you they love the show. You take him to like Minnesota or Middle America, they'll love the hell out of it.
You know what though? I don't know if they were in Florida and this shit went down. I don't know if it would have flied either, and I'll tell you why. Because I think people don't find Hulk Hogan to be genuine. Like The Undertaker, obviously he interviewed Trump, right, with Kane. But and people gave shit, but guess what? People forgot because you don't see The Undertaker selling American beer, guys, a sponsor, and Hulkamania, and then he rips off his shirt. Like, no offense, but the gimmick is also fucking stupid now. It's like you're connecting. You're saying that's Jack, American beer. It's like you've been saying this shit for 30 fucking years. Come up with something new.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And it's not like, what's the other thing that The Undertaker has ever done to get underneath people's skin? The worst thing he's ever done is have his political views. That's it. And a person's political views has nothing to do. In America, you're allowed to have whatever views you want. So then Undertaker is like you could. I know who Undertaker is. Me and you know who each other. We don't have the same political views, but we can still come together on some other. It's not just his political views. It's everything all together. It's all his lies. It's the N-word. It's everything he's always done. He's just a bald-faced fucking liar.
Also, what it was is that I don't know if you heard the other thing that was going on. He was walking around backstage with a MAGA T-shirt on.
Damn, that's pretty stupid. Why would you do that in?
So you're walking around coming into a blue state with a MAGA T-shirt on. I don't think The Undertaker came in with a MAGA T-shirt on into California for Netflix Monday Night Raw's debut, right? I don't think that's how that went down, right? I think The Undertaker came in probably wearing jeans and like a biker's vest, or like maybe he was wearing a suit when he came in. I could see that, right? But like, or he's wearing, what he was gonna wear out to the ring, or something like a T-shirt and jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't expect, like, but that's the rumor, and that's what people were saying too, and it leaked out, which didn't help.
No, and that, I mean, I really feel that your political views should be your own. I really feel like there's just some shit like this, especially in my YouTube room. We don't talk politics. We don't talk religion. We don't talk anything that might get you punched in the face if we're sitting at a bar next to each other. No, that's the rule. That's it. So, I mean, so I don't want to know about your religion or your politics. That's it on every level. I don't care, Hulk Hogan. I don't care, Joe Rogan. I don't care. Like, I would love to just laugh at. I actually thought that Tony Hinchcliffe guy was funny until his stupid. And it wasn't even the him being at the Republican convention that upset me. I was just like, this isn't really. Like, why do I need to know your political views, my guy? Like, unless your comedy is politically driven, then I don't really need to know your political views.
So my point is that, and again, the Hulk Hogan thing. I mean, it was just a bad decision by WWE. It was just bad.
Yeah.
And but maybe it wasn't their decision to some degree, because American Beer is a sponsor, and maybe that was part of what they needed. And they said, we want to do this segment, and there you go. And then WWE saying, we're never doing this shit again.
That's why I like the idea. Like, what if Triple H knew that it wasn't gonna fly? So they're like, yeah, no, send him out there. Let's have Hulk Hogan get booed. Let's see.
I mean, again, I just felt that was a gigantic sales pitch. Like when Logan Paul has Prime Energy and the Prime Energy mascot in the middle of a match, but they incorporate it in because it's KSI, and then Seth Rollins puts him through a table. They're selling Prime in an interesting way, right?
Right, which was not out on the Netflix start.
But you get where I'm going with this. Where
I get what I was just saying, that their deal wasn't to take over. It wasn't to go on to Netflix with it. You know what I'm saying? Like Netflix, there was just something about it. It probably cost Prime Energy too much.
I thought, yeah, fair enough. But like that's my point. Is that like it was just a bad fucking position. But again, I don't want Hulk Hogan in WWE. Hulk Hogan is part of the Vince problem. No, seriously, you don't want bad actors in wrestling, right? So Hulk Hogan is a bad actor, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So Vince is a problem. That doesn't mean you kick Hulk Hogan out of the fucking Hall of Fame. Doesn't mean you whitewash Hulk Hogan out of the WWE network or the specials or anything of that nature.
Right.
But you don't have to continue to pump up Hulk Hogan.
Right, exactly. Just let him drift off into the.
So I'll give you an example, right? Let's say that there's a WWE Topps Chrome card set coming out. There is nothing wrong with having a Hulk Hogan card in that set.
Right.
That's not encouraging it, but I would not give Hulk Hogan a fucking spot once a month on Netflix. Maybe once a year, maybe, and that's generous. That's generous, but maybe once every 2 years.
Maybe.
Like
you don't need Hulk Hogan anymore. We've seen him a bunch. I'm good with not seeing Hulk Hogan anymore. No offense to Hulk Hogan. I
would rather have John Cena. I'd rather have Kevin Nash. I'd rather have, I'm trying to think. I'd rather have Jesse Ventura. Yeah. Jesse Ventura doing commentary for a match would be awesome. Right? Yeah. Jesse the Body Ventura, and he just comes out and then he like kicks Corey Graves or Pat McAfee out for like
Saturday night, the wrestling Saturday night.
What's going on?
Jesse Ventura did commentary on the Saturday night's main event just recently.
Oh yeah, like that's awesome, right? Like that's I would rather have that spot for Jesse Ventura, right?
Right.
Because again, Jesse Ventura's liked. And I know Jesse Ventura's political views. It's not hard. Jesse Ventura is very open about what he thinks.
Yeah, I don't think I'm almost positive that the whole thing was not just his political views. I'm telling you, man. Like I understand Hogan just went out, but it wasn't all because of his political views.
It's all the bad shit that he's. It's all the bad shit, and people are not tolerating bullshit anymore. And it's not Hulk Hogan. It's collectively in life. We said I'm not tolerating bullshit with people and bad shit with people anymore either. So there you go. And so I just think that Hulk Hogan took a big hit.
He did take a big hit.
This was expected. If you took the bet, Hulk Hogan's gonna have a positive outing in California. Let me just say this, everybody. I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn.
Well,
I'm sorry. It's like
I'm interested in that Brooklyn Bridge, dude. If it's available still, like it depends on when it's overlooking. Depends on what it's viewing.
I'm so sorry. It's just like
No, I agree. I
it,
agree, man.
the Hulk Hogan thing was not a work of art.
No, there's just so many bad things about it, man. So many bad things about it, dude. Yeah, and I did like submit the fact. I was like, yeah, this is why I'm not like a wrestling with commercials fan anymore. This just isn't my. Like, I don't mind watching some highlights, and I already check out the highlights and stuff, especially when it's very easy on YouTube just to watch a quick like highlight reel and check out all the quick. All right, cool, that's great. Let's see what's happening.
I'm so excited for this shit though. Like I can't wait for Monday, man. Like actually, again, it depends how I'm doing, but like I'm excited to watch Raw on Monday. Like it makes my fucking day.
I did like the fuck you not being. Like what's his name was like. Remember, it's Netflix. Fuck you, fuck you.
I'm excited for this shit. Like I'm excited.
Good shit, man.
And then we get Tiffy time now. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I guess it would.
I enjoyed what she did. Right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed her cashing in, and I'll explain why. I enjoyed her screwing Nia Jax. I enjoyed that because the teasing. I thought from a story standpoint with War Games, they were doing it and they did it again at something else. And I thought it was smart, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was smart. I thought it was clever. I thought it was good storytelling. And she finally screwed Nia. And I was like, this is good. This is good. Because now we have a good story. And I'm thrilled.
All your wildest fantasies came true?
What fantasies came true?
Wildest fantasies came true? Nia screwing Tiffy? Tiffy screwing Nia?
I mean, my wild fantasy does not include them wrestling each other. I mean,
I bet not, sir. I bet not. You want to put it on a tops card, huh? All right. So what's coming up next in wrestling, man? What do we? Oh, we got 2 weeks. What?
That's just terrible. It's so bad.
What we got? Like we got Royal Rumble coming up next, right?
No, we have Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh, Saturday Night Event. Well, that'll be good. Good to see. I'm probably not gonna watch that one live as well.
I don't know. It depends what the fuck's going on because I don't know what else is out there. Sports. I mean, if the Commanders are playing the Eagles in like the NFC Championship game, that's going to be way better, and it's at the same time frame. I mean, fuck it, I'm not watching Saturday Night Main Event. I'll watch that on the replay, right?
No, I will give it to Saturday. The only thing good about I'll watch it on the replay, but the timing of Saturday Night's Main Event was much crisper than the first Netflix. I didn't watch the second Netflix, so I don't know if they got, because a lot of people said like, oh, the second one seemed more like a Raw would seem. So it kind of makes me want to check it out just to see if the next one's going to be a little bit more like on point, keep shit going. I'm not for sure. I don't know what
I didn't watch the second Raw on Netflix. I was watching the football game, so I don't know exactly what this looks like, but I do think it's going to take Monday Night Raw on Netflix to have 2 months of this to get consistency and get some flow and to actually find their fan base. But once they do, I mean, they're going to kill it. I mean, I think 5 million is actually a low number because I think the onboarding ramp is 5 million, and I don't think they're gonna like get 50 million people to watch, but I think they could get 10.
It's worldwide, man. They could. Who knows? I mean, wrestling fans worldwide. I mean, in European countries, wrestling's even bigger. Canada.
It's also the idea that I don't know the time difference, right? Mm-hmm. But so the UK is 6 hours ahead of us. Yeah. So wrestling is always going to be in Eastern time. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, from my understanding, I don't think that if they go to California, that they're going to start Monday Night Raw at 8 o'clock California time.
No, probably not. No.
So that's what's interesting, right? Is that it's fascinating what's going to happen with London, but then you go to Japan, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Japan is like 12 hours ahead. So it's 8 in the morning in Japan, right? But before, it might not be on a Japanese station, but it's now on Netflix.
Right.
Changes dynamics.
Right. Who knows, dude? I have no idea, dude. Well, it'll have to be a wait and see game.
I'm excited. I'm excited because if more wrestling fans are doing this and watching and engaging and checking it out, then guess what? That's good for business. That's good for the product.
Right. And you gotta watch the product.
Exactly. How do you think I make my money selling cocaine? No.
I watch it go down my nostrils or up my nostrils.
You gotta test your product, you know?
You got to. Don't drain your own supply, though.
So anyway, get back to my fantasy about Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton.
All right, man. Well, I guess we'll do our second podcast next week, man. What are we gonna talk about next week, dude?
We'll talk about wrestling. What the fuck happened?
Saturday night's main event isn't this week, right?
No. I don't think it's this week. I think it's next
week.
week.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll get more prepared for Saturday night's main event.
We'll figure something out.
I gotta watch more Netflix shit.
A lot of shit's going on in wrestling right now. It's exciting.
It's an exciting time, dude. Exciting time. Well, happy belated New Year to you, Mecha. I'm glad we finally got this underneath.
Man. I'm glad we're still doing this, man. We're still doing it. We got some guests this year. We gotta invade some other people's podcasts.
We're gonna try that, dude. I've seen a couple of podcasts out there that I wouldn't mind checking out that I've like watched and shit, and I've said some stuff, but I haven't heard anything back. We'll see. What are you promoting today, my man?
Oh yeah, I'm just promoting the usual stuff. So I'm bringing in a lot of cards, a lot of cool stuff into my eBay store, which I have a nice graphic for in my media assets. So obviously, look for comics and collectibles. Come shop with us on eBay at Pop Anime Comics Collectibles. And yeah, so I'm promoting a lot of that stuff. Got a lot of cards, got a lot of comics, got some other stuff going on. Yeah, and that's kind of what I got going on there. And then I may or may not have an interview tomorrow around 12 o'clock with a cosplayer. It could or could not happen. And then on Tuesday, I have an interview at 7 o'clock with a girl named Kiki Rose. So she's a cosplayer. So,
damn, thought you were taking a break from doing interviews. You said I'm not worried about it anymore.
No. I took like December off for the most part. Now I'm back doing stuff.
Cool, man. Cool.
So, and then I got some other stuff also happening next week. I think on Thursday. So I got a lot of stuff percolating, but ideally I'm trying to do about 75 interviews a year. It's the target, and I'm just trying to find some cool people to interview, have a good time with, and I'm enjoying it. So that's something I got going on.
He's with Mecha anytime. No, I'm fucking with Mecha.
I'm pretty tame about it. So that's kind of everything. But I got a lot of cool shit coming in my store. A lot of cool shit's coming, man. So
good.
I got you covered, everybody.
Rare collectibles. Look at Mecha's eBay store. He's got you Pop Anime Comics all day long. Our stuff, same as usual. You can like, share, subscribe. Hit us up. We got the stand store with our merch. We got all our stuff available. In fact, there's a couple of links down at the bottom where you can hit us up. There's links to the merch and everything, guys. So we always appreciate it. Thank you so much. We always appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week to find out what happened last week.
And I think that's a wrap, everybody. I think that is a wrap.
Whatever happened to peace?